Hey, welcome back to Civilization VII, our Friedrich live stream. We haven't been live for a little bit, so hopefully we can pick up where we left off. I appreciate the viewer that's already in here and the like. Thank you so much. We just now started streaming, so we left off, if I remember correctly, we moved age. We still have good relations up here with Machiavelli with our alliance. And then everyone else hates us. Long story short, we may have to cut down the music of the game here a little bit. That's probably fine, maybe. So we have Wasit, we have Ujjalini, Men Nefer, which is our coastal town. We have this independent power up here of Tabriz. And we have our town of Taxila as well. Caesar does have his towns of Ravenna, Capua, and he's probably got another one down here, so we are going to be careful of his expansion. But let's dive right on into the game and let's continue on our legacy path for the exploration age. So we have a wild card, a scientific, a cultural, and a militaristic attribute to spend. So let's spend that. We'll spend our wild card there. We have one scientific attribute, so let's throw that there. Cultural, there's no point in really getting diplomatic because everyone is mad at us. And we don't have any more, so we spent all of our points on legacy. So we got an expansionist, a militaristic, scientific, and a cultural. So let's continue with confirming those legacies. We'll grab a stonecutter here in Wasset. Resource assignments. So we got a camel, incense, and mango. So mango is food. These are all city resources. And we only have the one city so far. So let's just throw everything into Wasset. Our key strategy in this age is going to be trying to settle in hopefully some islands over here that are close to us. So we're going to choose our government next up. So we got plus 20% food, 30% towards training cavalry and naval units, plus 20% gold, plus 20% culture. I think we're going to need those naval units, so let's hit on that. Technology. Cartography was going to be our first to explore. We have this cog, so let's start moving this cog into open ocean. We moved that cog up there into the ocean as well. Civics. I think economics is going to be our best option here. And we got our two social policies. So plus one food on navigable rivers. That's not going to net us anything. This isn't going to net us any culture either. We do have a mod turned on, which tells us what the total output would be. But we're not really going to be doing much wonder. So let's just grab those two, even though they're not going to net anything right now. And we will spend our leader attribute points. We have an expansionist. This gives us plus 12 food, so let's do that. Two militaristic, so we'll do those two and get that plus 12 gold. And two scientific, so we'll grab that and then this one as well, and then we'll probably go this one next once we have a little bit more science output, but that is everything under our leader attribute so far. We probably are going to wait for a war against Ahsoka here because he does have quite a lot of units and we don't have too many at this point. We got Kusa. Let's do Kusa because I have camel. There's probably an independent power down here somewhere that I want to investigate, so let's go ahead and do that. And this swordsman, there doesn't look to be any roads so far, but let's move him over here and we will fortify. Okay, so we do have some unique units. We've got a Soakman, Norman unique settler, civilian unit capable of founding new towns and receives free medieval walls. So let's grab that and we're going to continue our exploration with these cogs. This level 8 commander can keep on moving up here. He's not in the command radius right yet, so I don't know if it's worth trying to attack before we can move that commander up, so let's fortify right there. Now the commander's in radius, we could do a counterattack. That commander does get a little bit of experience from that. We gained another viewer. Welcome. Welcome in. Probably Taylor. Methods of warfare. Frederick knows that just as with a grand play, a direct assault might inspire the hearts of the citizens back home. But a canny I can't talk to, I don't know why I went live, I just cannot spit this out. But a canny strategist could cut supply lines and demoralize our front lines, making war unbearable without as much as a shot fired. So tactic and logic win wars, capture a settlement. War is a drama or a narrative, and that is +2 culture. Let's capture a settlement because we are pushing on this. I'm not sure if it's going to count as a settlement, but we're going to try and take them down. Our army commander is loaded with these exploration age units. So we've got a catapult, a chevalier, a lot of swordsmen. Just the one heavy archer though. So if we are planning a war with Ahsoka, we are going to need some more archers. Hello, welcome, welcome. We are live streaming. We're continuing our series. Live streaming this domination. Hopefully victory by the end of it. We don't need any more cavalry units, so let's grab a heavy archer here. We've got our Soakman that we're gonna head on over to these islands. Just gonna do a little look-see around, see if there's anything where we can settle. And we're also exploring with our army commander down here. It is only a level 2 army commander with just a swordsman in here, but it does have that movement advantage. Cog's gonna take a little bit of damage, but that's okay. Let's get a bazaar. Bazaar. And this heavy archer, it wants it to go to the other commander, and we don't want it to do that, so we're not going to do that. I want him to go to this commander. Ahsoka's got his level 3 commander out here. I don't know what he's thinking trying to do. I'm hoping I can... Oh, I didn't really want to do that. I should be able to disperse, if I could spit the word out, disperse this settlement pretty easily. And I want this archer that I just made to go reinforce this commander, because we're going to need a whole lot more range support for our siege of Ahsoka City. I believe that's, yes, that's his only city. It's his capital, but he does have some military units around here that we're going to plan to dispatch. Not going to mess with the commander right here, and I don't think there's really any need for the catapult to be out. Just littering the map. Just seeing if there's anything of interest down there. I don't think there is. This swordsman, I want him to go here to build a fort right here on this road, so it's easier access into the city. But Ahsoka's got his unit right there. We have discovered a new continent, Arctica. Hello, welcome, other viewers. I appreciate y'all joining. This is Civilization VII. We're playing as Friedrich. It's going to be our domination campaign. And then we're going to do a focus fire. Gets all of these melee units to focus their fire on this independent power. Hi, Taylor. Thank you. My wife Taylor's a #1 fan. We'll disperse that independent power, but I don't think that counts towards capturing a settlement for our methods of warfare, which is kind of annoying. Other person that's joined, this is Civilization VII. We're playing as Frederick. This is our domination campaign. I do want some more heavy archers to aid in the ranged assault of Ahsoka's capital city over there. I believe Coco's a treasure resource, so I think that's going to be a good spot for our Soakmen whenever they can go into open ocean. I don't really understand why it pulls up this resource menu when I don't have any extra resources in the Empire. We're going to heal everybody up. That was a successful dispersion of that independent power. And Ahsoka's moved himself off this road, so we can build our fortifications here, and we're probably going to build, if Ahsoka moves off this square, we're probably going to build fortifications there as well. We have met a new civilization, so let's destroy this scout, and that will eliminate that independent power. We'll add all of our homies back into our commander, and then the civilization we met is Confucius, so let's see what Confucius has to say. Let's do a friendly greeting. How are we looking in terms? So our research is low. Looks like Himiko is almost triple our research output. Confucius is so far ahead of us, almost 200 science output more than what we're currently on. Machiavelli supports our science, so that does boost us up to 52 a turn. However, we are going to need to work on our science a little more if we're going to be pushing for military domination type victory. So let's confirm the food, and we have this policy here with our wonders. And then in terms of units, let's grab ourselves another heavy archer. So it looks like Caesar is starting to move his units up here, but we are going to put our heavy archer inside our level 8 commander. We'll start moving it over there. And we found ourselves our first discovery in the exploration age. So we're going to check that out here in a second. So we unlock cartography, and with that, that means we can bring our civilian units into the open ocean, so we can occupy this square. Hopefully we get there first. It does have cocoa and furs, two good treasure resources. We'll do a coastal raid here to get that. A master bower has developed a technique for shaping bows faster than anyone has ever seen. However, they have no air, and worry their methods will die with them. So we get +1 heavy archer, but we do take 50 damage, or admire the craftsmanship for +50 culture. Thankfully, we can afford the damage there, and we can bring our heavy archer up and over here. And then our next technology, I do think we need to be working on science a little more. So let's grab it. Since we are so far behind on science, we can only get but so far with our endeavors in terms of military if we have low science. But let's work on a scout there and continue our exploration. We're going to heal up that Chevalier. And then our trader can go into Kusa to get those resources. So we got 2 city resources and then 1 bonus. So our bonus gives us +3 production. The only place we can put that bonus on right here is Salia. So we will do that, and then we'll put our city resources on our only available city of Wasset. Let's look in the resource menu because we may be able to convert one of these other towns into cities. Udalini looks like our best bet for city conversion, so let's convert it into a city. And with that, we have some resources. So we got a Forester's Lodge, Ageless, and an Ageless Stonecutter. As well as an Ageless and a Ageless Harbor. So now we're sitting good on 2 cities. We get a cog right here, but I don't understand why it's even an option because there's this navigable river, but as soon as it gets here, it'll be stuck. So having a cog right there is completely useless. But we can get a fishing wharf. So we'll move one of the camels into our newest city. We got ourselves another heavy archer in Wasset, so we don't have. Oh, maybe we do. Do we have a spot in this commander? We do. I think it's going to be worth us getting a commander to come up here for more units. So having another army commander on this side of Ahsoka's capital, pardon me, for the double attack. So that is what we're going to do. We do still have this army commander down here just exploring these lands around where Caesar is. I think we've all but fully explored this continent. Let's just move it down here just to see if there's anything over there. We will continue our exploration of this little continent as well. We actually got an exploration point, so let's move our cog back that way. We've met another civilization, so we met Jose. Hi, I'm Jose, poet, painter, revolutionary. We will do another friendly greeting there. We'll see what's down there with our army commander. Relationship with Himiko did improve a little bit. And we are able to grow our town. So we've got 12, 15. So food. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're playing Civilization VII. This is our Friedrich Domination livestream playthrough. I appreciate y'all joining. Thank you. What's that? Let's see what we could do here. For those that didn't catch the earlier episodes, we did get Ahsoka down to just his single capital city. So we are going to be making an assault here. Looks like he's got a lot of cuirassiers or cursors. Coursers? I don't know how you even say that. And we don't currently have anything that would really be that good against them. We were able to get ourselves another commander, so let's move them all the way up there. And get us a bazaar. Bazaar. This is a town that we captured, so it's not one that we founded. That's why it is right next to this volcano. Ideally, I wouldn't want a town next to a volcano. If you all saw my other playthrough, we don't like volcanoes on this channel. We're going to sleep that army commander for now. This cog can continue his exploration. I actually don't know. That's right, no volcanoes. /volcanoes. I'm not sure if our Shogun's going to be able to make its way over there safely or not, but we're going to find out. We are going to need to heal that cog up, and we'll probably are going to need to heal this cog at some point as well. Our Chevalier's healed up, so we're moving him up there, and we're going to use him as our mobile unit, pushing into Ahsoka's lands and hopefully able to destroy some of Ahsoka's army preemptively before that counterattack. He is surrounding our commanders right now, though, so... Y'all, we were just saying about this volcano.